A very good evening. You're watching Big Bang with me, Shruti. Yesterday, we showed you just how poor the quality of Namma BBMP's work has been this past year, with just 1% of their work being certified as acceptable by the Quality Control Committee. The BBMP Commissioner has responded to the report.
ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು ವಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಮೇಜರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಮೇಜರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ಸ್. ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ರೋಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡಿ, the kind of asphalting has been done, the kind of footpath improvement has happened, even buildings. There are no complaints about the construction of buildings. As far as ward works are concerned, quality issues have been raised. Now ward works ಅನ್ನು ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಪವರ್ ಇದೆ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಲಿಕೆ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಅವರೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ಗಳು ಮೈನ್ಯೂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ವೆರಿ ಮೈನ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನ್ ವೆದರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರೋಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ವಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 25 to 30%. 60% are our major works. 60% there are no issues. Only with regard to 25 to 30% works, there are issues which will set right.
While the Commissioner claims that there have been zero complaints against major works constituted by flyovers and underpass constructions, the report talks about the substandard level of ward works. Ward works constitute rebuilding or laying of footpaths, tarring of roads and other such projects. The fact that there are still numerous wards which lack proper footpaths and roads in the first place has been conveniently swept aside. The BBMP is responsible for the development and maintenance of all areas that come under their jurisdiction, but it was recently assessed by the Palike's very own Quality Assessment Department that the lowest quality of sand is used in their construction works across Bengaluru. This was exposed in a News9 exclusive. Be it stormwater drains or footpaths and roads, here is a report on the Palike's projects. The Palike's Quality Assessment Department tested samples from 443 projects in the year 2011-12, and only 84 from the lot was of standard quality. The samples collected from the other 359 projects were adjudged substandard. This goes on to indicate that only 19% of the projects made use of standard materials. In 2012-13, samples from 193 projects were tested by the Quality Assessment Department. Yet again, standard materials were used only for 31 projects, while the rest, 162, used substandard materials. The percentage of quality work reduced to just 16% in 2012-13. The latest figures in 2013-14 will certainly disappoint Bengalurians. Samples from 155 projects were tested this year, and as shocking as it sounds, only 2 projects used standard materials. The Palike's own Quality Control Board has revealed that a pitiable 1% of the projects undertaken by the corporation this year have made use of standard materials. That was BBMP's poor track record when it comes to using standard materials for the projects undertaken. All BBMP engineers and contractors have been directed to send samples of materials they use to the corporation's Quality Assessment Department. Be it careless mistakes or plain ignorance, thousands of crores of taxpayers' money has been spent on works for which even substandard is an understatement. Now, the Palike wants to spend a few more crores rectifying them. Some might say that it is no surprise the Palike is bang in the middle of a financial crisis. Pramod, News9, Bengaluru.
The large-scale irregularities during last year's CET has necessitated KEA to be extra cautious this time around, and it is evident in their building up for upcoming counselling process.
CET conducted by Karnataka Examination Authority was known to be one of the most transparent processes across the country. But last year, News9 exposed irregularities involving KEA officials. Seats were sold to wealthy students disregarding the performances of genuine merit students. The report carried by News9 had shocked the entire state and forced the government to wake up from deep slumber. The Department of Higher Education immediately suspended SP Kulkarni, Administrative Officer of KEA. Later, the Minister for Higher Education, R.V. Deshpande, announced about handing over the probe to CID. But if the department has cleaned its malign linen, the onus definitely lies on it to conduct issue-free counselling process this year. Counselling for this year's CET is slated to begin from 2nd June, and KE officials have made elaborate arrangements to ensure a smooth affair. They've also brought in a few changes to curb any possibility of malpractice. Every instruction has been provided to students on their website.
ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಸೂಚನೆ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ ಕಂಡಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ದಾಖಲೆನ ಒಂದೊಂದು ದಿನ ತಂದು ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಾವೀಗ ವಿಶೇಷ ಸೂಚನೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಿಗದಿಯಾದ ದಿನಾಂಕದಲ್ಲೇ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಒಂದೇ ಸಾರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೂಲ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಭ್ಯರ್ಥಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ದಾಖಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ಒಂದು ದಾಖಲೆ ತರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
CET counselling will start from June 2nd. The verification of documents is going to take place this time. Students are expected to furnish all original documents at the time of verification. For no reason, verification would be entertained for the second time. Once verification is over, first round of counselling will happen on 17th. Later, the procedure of seat allotment takes place from the 24th. It has come to light that the last few years, students were allowed to provide documents twice, which resulted in malpractices. Hence, this time around, students are asked to provide all original documents at one go. If a student happens to furnish fake document, a criminal case will be filed against him.
ಇವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಸೀಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಡಿಂಗ್ಸು ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ನಡೆಸಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲವ್ರದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಈ ಸಲ ಆ ಥರ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾವ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಮೀಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Well, there is no denying that KEA is taking all possible measures to stop any irregularity during CET counselling this time. The 13 centres where the counselling process is slated to take place would be under the surveillance of CCTVs. Sound recorders too are being installed in the centres. What remains to be seen is, despite all these measures, will CET counselling be held without any irregularity? Amruta Patil for News9, Bengaluru.
The standoff between PU board officials and the students seeking revaluation is not going to end soon, for sure. Officials are unwilling to relax the regulation, which otherwise could have helped students in their overall ranking.
These are students hoping for a revaluation in their marks. The last day to apply for revaluation expired today. Many students should get 4 to 5 additional marks than what they have secured in their original marks card. That is where the problem lies. The PU board officials were unwilling to consider their application. They say that only those who had the letter of an expert stating that they needed to get an additional 6 marks or above would be considered.
I've got 97 in physics and chemistry, but I got a doubt that I was to get 99 in physics and chemistry. Hence I checked with my evaluators and my teachers. They told you have to get 2 marks each in physics and chemistry, but the board rule says that you have to get a minimum of 6 marks so that you can apply for revaluation. So we are in a state of dilemma whether to apply for revaluation or not. If we come to the board and approach the concerned people, they're not caring for us, they're neglecting us, and they're telling we have a problem of 1,15,000 science students. These are all small problems, you have to carry it out.
But for PU students, even 3 to 4 marks makes a lot of difference, as their CET ranking would be affected by 200 to 300 places. They sought help from Dr. Rame Gowda, the director of the PU board. The rules have been relaxed previously, but this time Dr. Rame Gowda said it would not be easy.
6 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂಥ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬಂದರೆ ನೋ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೊದಲಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ 70 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ 65 ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದರೆ 65 ಇದ್ದವರು ಕೂಡ ನನಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬರಲಿ, ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರಲಿ, ಅದು ನಂತರ ನೋಡೋಣ.
The issue of marks deprived to students when they were entitled for them is something not easy to digest. One has to wait and watch what decision the board will take in this regard. Amruta Patil for News9, Bengaluru.
Well, it is commonly said that teachers are the biggest influence on young minds. Well, here, this is a story where one teacher's teachings has inspired many students. One look at this place and you might think this is a public library. But all the books you see here come from the bookshelves of students who were inspired by their teacher, Professor Sridhar. A former lecturer with Bangalore University, the late professor's teachings are said to have surpassed the textbooks, influencing his students to share their knowledge with anyone who is looking for help, even if it meant in the smallest possible way. And this is how the students decided to do it. With 1,000-odd books from the late professor's collection, each of them pitched in a few books of their own and set up in a small informal library with about 3,500 books. From rare books of Kannada literature to famous works of fiction in English, the library offers a wide range of books for ardent readers.
ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂಥರ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷು ಇದೆ, ಕನ್ನಡನೂ ಇದೆ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ರೇರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಮ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಆಥರ್ಸು ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ತುಂಬ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ತುಂಬ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದರೆ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಟೈಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೋದು, ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು.
It is open from 10 in the morning to about 5 in the evening. From young students looking for something new to read to the curious bunch who want to explore the bookshelves of another student, the library welcomes all.
I feel comfortable, very comfortable, because everything is provided over here. Every facility is over there. No, we can study fictions and all those stuff. They are all provided in here. That way, and the other way around, library media-related books are abundant in here. You can study from those things also.
The professor succumbed to a heart attack 5 years ago, and the library has been started in his memory. The students hope that through this tiny act of gratitude, they will be able to pass on Professor Sridhar's knowledge to the ones who come here. Maltesh, News 9, Bengaluru.